Hello there fellow accessory makers, it's Diane from Spencer Rugg Sewing Patterns here to share with you today a lovely new freebie, and it is the phone and card wallet, and I've just realised I haven't thought of a name for it. I better think of a name first. Insert here. So Friday freebie, this is a phone and card wallet. So you've got to fit your phone, a nice little case. It'll fit credit cards front and back, or a little bit of money, whatever you like, and we're going to make that to fit your phone exactly. So you've recently all been making the cork wallet, which is a raw edge pattern, and there's absolutely hundreds on the Facebook group. It looks brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I thought you'll all have bought in fabric suitable for a raw edge project, so cork and vinyl and leather. So I thought I'll do a little freebie to use up those scraps and perhaps use some of those tips that we learned in the cork pattern for finishing off seams neatly and not getting thread nest, things like that. So you can put all those tips to good use and any scraps you've got left. So in this tutorial I give you all the calculations necessary to make the case for your phone, but I've also added a handy calculation sheet to the website which you can download and fill in the details of your own measurements. So I'll put a link in the text below just to head over and download that for free if you want to. You'll also discover in this tutorial how to amend a pattern to compensate for the depth of a fabric. Intrigued? Well, let's go sew. We don't need many ingredients for this project, we just need 2 pieces of fabric, and it's fabric suitable to be left with a raw edge, so cork, vinyl, leather. I'm using cork here. This is about 1mm thick. Now to help you to calculate the size of the pieces you're going to cut, I've put a calculation sheet on the website just to help you, but we're going to go through it here anyway. But if you want to download a copy, just head to the website and you can download that and fill in your details, and it'll just remind you how to do it. So first of all, I'm going to measure the height of my phone. So stand it on end and just measure the exact height from the bottom to the top. And I'm going to take that measurement. Doesn't look straight, does it? Take that measurement, doesn't matter if it's centimetres or if it's inches. Take that measurement from the bottom to the exact top and add 2 centimetres or 3/4 of an inch. And that is the height you're going to cut. And then we're going to calculate the width. So to find the width, we actually want to measure the full circumference of the phone. So wrap your tape measure all the way around it to find the circumference. I'm going to take that measurement, so exactly where you end up at the end of your tape measure. I'm going to take that measurement, and again we're going to add 2 centimetres or 3/4 of an inch to that. And that's going to give me my panel width. So I now have my panel width and my panel height. As I say, head to the website and there is a calculation cheat sheet there that you can just download and fill in your details if it's not abundantly clear here. So I now have the size I want for the full body panel itself. That's the larger piece. Now I've also got the pocket that I want to add. So I've got my little credit card pocket that is there back and front. So to calculate that, I'm going to take the measurement for the width or the circumference that I took plus 2 centimetres or 3/4 of an inch, which gave me my panel width. I'm going to take that width and add on 1/2 centimetre or 1/8 of an inch. The reason we need to do that is because we have to allow for the fabric underneath. So if you cut it exactly the same size, it would end up a little bit short once you folded it over, because you've got to compensate for the width. Just to illustrate that, these are 2 pieces of fabric that are cut exactly the same width. Now if I lay those on top of each other, yes, you can stitch along if you're doing a flat project, but if you're going to fold that project, so you see how my edges are exactly aligned on both edges, both sides, if I fold that in half, you'll find that one becomes shorter because you've got to allow, or you've got to compensate for the width of that fabric underneath. So we need to cut this top pocket, or pocket that's going to lie on top, just fractionally longer. Now I've given you an additional width of 1/2 centimetre or 1/8 of an inch. It does depend on the depth of the fabric. So this is a standard cork at 1mm thickness. This faux leather was slightly thicker, but there is enough in the pattern. So you may have to trim a fraction off at the end, but that should allow for most general fabrics such as cork and faux leather to be just the right size. So you're going to take that total width that you cut for your main panel, add on your 0.5 centimetres or 1/8 of an inch, and then the height is 10 centimetres or 4 inches, and that's a standard measurement. We don't need to do anything for that because you've got a standard size of credit card height. So as I say, head to the website if you want to download a calculation cheat sheet. Now you can leave the pocket exactly as it is and just straight across the top if you want. When you fold it over you'll have straight pockets. I quite liked the idea of just shaping it into a V. You can cut downwards, you could cut both sides, you could fold it in half and you could cut a little curve out of here on both sides. I just found the easiest thing was to cut a V shape to the centre. So if I fold that in half you'll see. I just cut downwards towards the centre of that, it will give me this nice V shape. As I say, you can just leave it straight all the way across if you want to. Just do that now. Do clip it in half. Only taking a fraction off. Okay, so that's my panels ready. So we've added a little shape to the pocket. You can also add a little shape into the top if you wish to. Again, you can leave it straight or you can curve the top edge if you want to. So I'll just do that too. So all I'm going to do is I'll just grab any curved implement. So for example, this is just a curved rule. Let's have a nice big curve on that, which is bigger, that one. So make sure you are across the width. I'll double check that again before I do it, because it's really easy to get the width and the height mixed up. Check I've got the right one. Yep, that's across my width. So I'll just clip that and chop those to match. You can do any shape you want, really. So I'm just curving that top edge. Nothing more. Cutting them together so they'll match. So there we are, there's our two panels ready. So first I'm just going to do a little bit of top stitching for a little bit of finesse. So I'm going to top stitch the top edge of the pocket and I'm going to top stitch the top edge of my case as well. Let me grab a bit of chalk. So we want to top stitch just to the bottom of the curve, no more. So just make sure you finish and end in the same place. So I'll top stitch from the bottom of the curve on that side along the top to the bottom of the curve on that side. If you've just done a straight top, then just stitch straight across the top. Again, on the pockets, just stitch straight along edge to edge, 3mm or 1/8 of an inch from the edge. So if you've just made the cork accordion, you'll remember all the good tips about finishing off your seams and starting your seams neatly without getting threadness. Trimmity trim trim, there we are. Rub my chalk off and there are my two panels ready. So now I want to affix my pocket. So I'm going to first of all draw a line in chalk up the centre of that pocket. So I want to find the centre of the width. So fold it in half, a little mark, and then mark a nice straight line up the centre. I should have got a proper quilt rule to do this, but never mind. And then on my body panel, I'm going to fold that in half and find the centre of the bottom straight edge. And that's across the width. Do keep checking you're across the width, not across the height. And then with my body panel right side up, I'm going to lay my pocket panel right side up on top too. And I'm going to line up those centre points. I'm going to clip that in place. Now you'll notice, as we discussed, the pocket is very fractionally wider on both sides, so just to make sure it is central. And you've lined up those centre points. So you can see how much fabric I've got on each side to compensate for the width. So that's in position, and all I need to do is stitch a line up the centre to hold that in place. So I'll just stitch up there. I am using a microtex needle, by the way, and a walking foot. You don't need to with cork, it's very forgiving, it's easy to sew, but I do find a walking foot helps for most things. So I'll stitch right up that centre. I'm using a 3 stitch length. Nice firm back stitch at beginning and end. Trim up. Take those clips off now. And now we can have a look at folding that in half. So fold in half across the width with wrong sides together and clip at the sides. So line up all your sides and have a clip. And let's have a look at your pocket. So as I say, it does depend on the width of your fabric or the depth of your fabric. So the extra we've added on allows for about 1 millimetre depth of fabric. That's the depth of the fabric you've originally used. So when I fold that over, you can see that my edges are matching nicely. If you've used a thinner fabric, you might have a little extra, and you can just trim that off for your pockets. If you used a super thick fabric, then you might have to trim a little off the sides, but you've got 1/8 of an inch or so to play with there. So mine fits nicely, so we need to make sure those all fall in line really well, because we're going to stitch that now. So just take a little time to make sure it's super lined up everywhere. So there we are, I'll get that chalk off afterwards. So I'm ready to stitch that. So all I need to do now is stitch across the bottom and up the side until I reach my top stitching, whether I top stitched down the curve or whether I went to the top. So again, 3 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch from the edge. You can see how that stitch line is holding the pocket in place in the centre. That's my phone making trumpy noises, by the way. I got fed up with all the pings. I was getting ping stress because it goes all day long, so I changed it into a trumpy noise instead, so at least it makes me laugh every time. So there is our completed phone case. How quick was that? So grab your credit cards, grab your phone. You can do 2 lines of stitching in these, by the way, either on the top edges, down here. You can even do 2 lines of stitching very close together along the sides and bottom, just for an added bit of bling. You could also chop off a tiny corner at the bottom too. Just everything makes it look just that little bit more professional. You could also edge coat it. Again, we discussed that in the cork accordion, and we have a bit of a demonstration on that. So there's my phone case completed. I can drop my phone into there. Fits perfectly. So I hope you enjoyed the raw edge project today, our phone and card case. Drop your phone in, pop your cards in, back and front. They will fit more than one card in each side, depending on the size of your phone, of course. You might have a giant phone, you might have a tiny phone. That of course will change the size of the pocket. But have a play around with different fabrics. They give different looks. Play around with changing the shape of this pocket on the front or even the top edge. They all give nice effective looks and make a nice change to it. Make them to match your cork accordion wallets and have a nice little set in your handbag. But just have a play around. If you enjoyed the tutorial today, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. We always have lots of fun on here and lots of new projects going forward, along with my regular sewing patterns, which are available on my website if you just head over to www.spencerog.com, or pop onto the Facebook group to show your makes and share any bag making tips. Thanks for watching. Do give the video a thumbs up, and what are you waiting for? Go sew!